by your Greater Detroit Chrysler Plymouth dealers, by Coca-Cola Classic, by Amoco Ultimate Lead-Free Premium. Amoco, your car knows. By the Kelly Springfield Tire Company. Kelly Tires, a good deal on a great tire. By Kroger. At Kroger, every day is game day. Go Krogering. By GE Automotive. If you're a car maker or supplier, put their minds to work. And by the Michigan State Lottery. Play Super Lotto, and you can become a Michigan Lottery millionaire.
The Detroit Pistons entered the 1989 NBA playoffs on a tear, boasting the league's top record. In the opening round, the Pistons didn't miss a beat, showing no mercy to the Boston Celtics, sweeping them in 3 games. The Milwaukee Bucks entered the Eastern Conference semifinals following a 5-game epic with Atlanta. During the regular season, the Bucks gave the Pistons all they could handle, winning 4 of 6 decisions. And that's a fact Motown's Bad Boys would like to change in the second season. Live from the Palace, it's Game 1, the Bucks and the Pistons. Hi again, everybody, and welcome to the excitement of Piston playoff basketball. George Blaha happy to have Coach Dick Motta with me tonight at the Palace as we start the Eastern Conference semifinal series with the Milwaukee Bucks. And this is a very interesting series, Coach. Obviously, as everybody knows, the Bucks did get the Pistons 4 out of 6 in a regular season, and banged up or not, they got by a very talented Atlanta team in round 1.
A lot of people were surprised. I thought Atlanta would do a little better, but the Bucks' performance didn't surprise me, and they do match up well with the Pistons.
They're very well coached. In fact, we could have here 2 of the absolute top-notch Coach of the Year candidates. I think Dale Harris got the Bucks to overachieve, and Chuck Daly got the Pistons to win 63. I think when you win 63, you overachieve a little bit.
Yeah, you shouldn't be able to talk about any negatives as far as the coaching is concerned. I was impressed with Milwaukee, the way they controlled the tempo with Atlanta. They absolutely played the way they wanted to play, and I would imagine they would carry some of that over to this ball game. Slow it down, get into the half court, pound it inside to Sigma.
Well, you know, this fella is one of the all-time winningest coaches. We don't call him 808 for nothing. And he's also one of the all-time playoff winningest coaches. And a 7-game series is the most interesting series for a coach, isn't it?
I like it because it's like a chess match. There isn't the desperation of the 5-game or the suicide series. You settle in, you get to know the opponent. There are changes, they're subtle, they're very interesting for the basketball fan, the true guy that does follow it. There'll be changes throughout the whole series, and they will be subtle, but they'll be very effective.
What do you think the key to this series is? No Terry Cummings and no Paul Pressey, at least for now, so I guess it might be Ricky Pierce, huh?
Well, for the first game, right now, I would worry about the layoff, the 8 days that the Pistons haven't been in competition. And yes, Ricky Pierce, I think, technically is the key to this ball club. If the Pistons can get him under control, or if Vinnie Johnson can get hot and make Ricky Pierce play defense and forget about his offense a little bit, I think it'll be a shorter series.
You know, if the Pistons were going to come into this overconfident at all, what happened to the Knicks last night at home and Phoenix last night at home should take care of that.
I watched practice today. We watched it. The Pistons are not overconfident. If anything happens to them, they might be a little stale, but their attitude is great. Their business, this is a big business for them. They are professionals. They put their basketball into their arm. They got their lunch bucket, and they're going to work.
They swept the Celtics, and now it's Milwaukee in the Eastern semifinals. The starting lineups and all the action in just a moment from the Palace on the Pistons Playoff Basketball Network. The Pistons swept the Boston Celtics, winning 101-91 and 102-95 here at the Palace, and then putting them away 100-85 at Boston Garden. And now Milwaukee's here. This is a veteran team that shouldn't rattle, but I tell you what, if this crowd has its way, they'll rattle them, Dick.
Well, the crowd is usually important, but it still comes down to execution. And like you say, this is a veteran ball club, and they've been down this road before. You know, you take Sidney Moncrief, the great leadership that he has. Jack Sikma's played on a World Championship team. You know, they're a good, solid basketball team. It'll be interesting to me to see how they perform without Pressey and Cummings.
We talked about those two. Jack's had over 90 playoff games. Sidney over 80. Even a guy like Paul McKeskey's had over 600 regular season NBA games. Let's go now to Ken Calvert, the voice of the Palace, for the introductions of the starting lineups.
Guests, the Milwaukee Bucks. Starting at one of the forwards, wearing number 31 from Brigham Young, here's Fred Roberts. At the other forward, wearing number 42 from Montana, Larry Krystowiak. At center, number 43 from Illinois Wesleyan, here's Jack Sikma. At guard, wearing number 4 from Arkansas, Sidney Moncrief. And at the other guard, wearing number 24 from Colorado, Jay Humphreys. The head coach is Del Harris. His assistants, Frank Hamblin, Matt Calvin, and Mike Dunleavy. The trainer is Jeff Snedeker. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing your Central Division champion, Detroit Pistons. Wearing number 23 and one of the forwards from DePaul, here's Mark Acquire. At the other forward, wearing number 44 from Hampton Institute, Rick Mahorn. At center, wearing number 40 from Notre Dame, Bill Lambier. At one of the guards, wearing number 4 from McNeese State, Joe Dumars. And at the other guard, number 11 from Indiana, your captain, Isaiah Thomas. The head coach is Chuck Daly. His assistants, Brendan Sir, Brendan Malone. And the trainer is Mike Abdenauer. Ladies and gentlemen, your officials tonight as appointed by the NBA.
The officials tonight, Hugh Evans, Dick Bavetta, and Tommy Nunez. So it's Dumars and Isaiah against Sidney Moncrief and Humphreys, Bill Lambier and Jack Sikma, who are play-alikes, Mark Aguirre and Roberts up front, along with Ricky Mahorn and Larry Krystowiak. Talked to Dennis Rodman before the game. In fact, he and Larry Krystowiak were on the floor chatting. I said, you know, you guys are both Defensive Player of the Year candidates. Boxing fans, Monday, June 12th will be your night at the Palace. The war between Thomas Hearns and Sugar Ray Leonard, presented by Blockbuster Video in association with Verner's A&W and the Free Press. It'll be broadcast live from Caesars Palace in Las Vegas at 9. Advance tickets on sale now at the Palace box office and all Ticketmaster outlets. Don't miss the pro boxing event of the year, Detroit's Thomas Hearns versus Sugar Ray Leonard, Monday, June 12th on closed circuit TV at 9 at the Palace and also in other locations in Michigan. Defense will be a key in this series, Dick.
Any playoff series, as hotly contested as this was going to be, defense is probably the main key, because you play it a little closer to the vest, George, and it develops usually into a half-court game, and the defense is stronger in that situation.
We're rocking at the Palace tonight. Good to have Joe Abramson along as our statistician, the big guy. In the Palace TV studios, riding the controls, Harry Hutt. As we look on for the opening tap for our friends from Anheuser-Busch. For all you do, this ice-cold Bud's for you. Tommy Nunez with the throw, and Tommy will have to throw it again.
And they hate to do that, George.
Sikma and Mahorn, and this time the Pistons win it. They'll go to work. Isaiah matched up against Humphreys. Dumars has it topside against Moncrief. On the sideline to Aguirre. Roberts checks in. Krystowiak's matched up against Lambier. Lamb takes it. Got it on and hits the hook. And the Pistons hit the first hoop in the first half a minute of the first. Roberts steps up foul line. Rainbows, it won't go. Lambier with the game's first rebound. Isaiah will pull up and gun. It's wide to Moncrief. Sidney off to the 6'3", Jay Humphries. He shot .537 in the 5-game Atlanta series, averaged nearly 17. Roberts against Mahorn has it mid-post. The clock's inside 10. Sigma outside against Aguirre. Clock at 5. Jack will gun. It doesn't go. It is off the heel. Lambier fighting for it. Isaiah has it on the baseline. Up he comes. Isaiah whips it deep to Dumars. The triple try. No, it's off the heel to Sidney Moncrief. Pistons lead him 2-zip. In the opening moments at the Palace. Game 1 of the Eastern semifinals. Jack Sigma, the veteran, outside against Aguirre. Off to Moncrief. Screen on Dumars. Sidney in the lane. Lambier picks him up, but Sidney throws it up and in over Billy.
Pistons are trying to up-tempo the ball game. The Bucks are really slowing it down.
Isaiah pounds it inside to Aguirre over Kristoviak. No, it's off the heel to Sigma. We are 2-2, and the Bucks look to take an early lead. Humphries walks it against Isaiah. Kristoviak gets it on the wing, driving on Lambier, dishes to Roberts, back to Kristoviak inside. Billy covers him well, have to go back outside to Humphries. 1 on the clock, he fires, it's wide. A foul on the shot, though, called by Dick Bavetta on Isaiah.
Those are the type of fouls that really upset you when you're coaching, because that was going to be a miss, and it was a nice try on the block, but he just carried part of his body into him.
Humphries at the line. 2-2 in the early going.
Bucks have a great deal of confidence in their half-court offense. They're setting double and triple swings, and they call it a wheel, and the guards and forwards are moving off of a double pick.
Boy, and can they stick them from the stripe? The best in league history this season for Milwaukee, 82.073. Humphries just split the pair there, making then missing. 3-2 Milwaukee. Isaiah off to Aguirre. Deep on the wing. He fires no. Lambier keeps it alive. Great tap out to Dumars. Here's Joe with a shovel to Aguirre inside for a finger roll. No, Kristoviak pulls it down. A whistle now and a foul. It's going to go against Mark Aguirre.
Both teams look a little tight right now. You know, the magnitude of this series is overwhelming sometimes. It takes a couple of minutes to get into the swing of things.
9 now and 20 to play in the first. Humphries spinning on Isaiah, firing from the foul line extension. He fills it. Bucks by 3, 5-2. Bill Lambier at the top of the key, a whistle away, and underneath Kristoviak's going to be guilty of the hand check shove.
That's his first, the team's first.
Pistons have it in a fresh 24. Dumars against Moncrief. High post to Lambier. He'll up fake at the foul line. Force and fill it off the window. It's 5-4 Milwaukee. Humphries to work against Isaiah. Sigma has it outside. Behind a foul line for the gun. It goes with 5 on the clock.
2 centers that have an outside game. Very unusual in the NBA.
8.5 now to play in the first. Bucks by 3, 7-4. Dumars drops it for Aguirre in the corner. Mark inside on Roberts, and a great scoop. He scores off the window. Pistons tap it away and get a delay of game warning.
The Bucks are switching on all of the forward screens. Kristoviak and Fred Roberts will alternate guarding Mark Aguirre.
Milwaukee's lead is 7-6. Bucks with it. Sigma on top against Mahorn. On the wing, here's Moncrief with a gun. It goes.
Sidney Moncrief. Protect Sigma.
Bucks 9, Pistons 6, and the Pistons turn it over. Isaiah looking for Dumars, reaching on the baseline. He couldn't hold it. 7 now and 44 to play in the first. It is 9-6 Milwaukee. And we got a shot clock. It's going to have to be set to the officials' liking.
That last time down on the baseline, Sidney Moncrief went over the top of the screen. Joe Dumars went into the corner, and he was open because of the distance. Isaiah just missed him with the long pass.
Now we got one shot clock that they have shut off. The other reads 24. I don't think that'll work. Got to be below 24. Chuck Daly's Pistons carrying a franchise record, 50-27, 649 winning percentage in tonight's playoff game. Chuck didn't get all those, but he got plenty of them.
Yeah, that's about average for a home playoff game, about 60% in the because that's a carryover about the same percentage of a decent team will have on its home court.
Del Harris, 20-21 in the playoffs, and that's about average for a good coach.
Yeah, most of the time you're below 500 in the playoffs. There's only one team that goes all the way. You can have a nice season and win a 7-game series 3-4 and be close to 500.
We'll take a full officials timeout here. 7:40 to play in the first. Milwaukee 9 and the Pistons 6 on the Pistons Playoff Basketball Network. We're back. Pistons fans, here's your chance to get tickets despite the sellouts at the Palace. Call during business hours. Get a priority number, 377-0100. The Bucks inside. Sigma blocked by Lambier to Dumars. Dumars to the baseline. Outside now to Isaiah. The clock is at 15. Aguirre in the corner trying for three. It's through. Oh, he just stepped inside the three-point line. He's got the Pistons to within one. It's 9-8.
That's one where you should probably look down at the line and make your adjustment back of the line because you had plenty of time.
Humphreys against Isaiah, wide of the lane. Shot clock still malfunctioning. Moncrief at the foul line extension. Looking for a Kristovic screen. Gets it. Dumars fights through it. Pass dotted line. Roberts, nice pump fake on Aguirre. Got inside and drew the foul. Bill Lambier over to help, fouled Roberts.
And they're still having problems with the clock, and that's really a hindrance for the players.
Now we'll get a timeout here. 6:49 to play in the first. Our score at the Palace, Milwaukee 9 and the Pistons 8. This is the Pistons Playoff Basketball Network. I would think that Tom Wilson and John Cizeski and even Madeline Ward would like me to repeat that season ticket promotion for you. We ran through it in a hot second before. If you call the Pistons during business hours at 377-0100, you can get in on the action next year despite all the sellouts here at the Palace. And of course, there have been 23 of them. 43 straight to be exact. 377-0100 is the number. Get information on ticket availability for next year's exciting Piston season. Priority numbers are now being taken. Shot clock is still malfunctioning.
They're trying to bring in some secondary clocks and put them on the floor.
We've got a stuttering start here tonight. Milwaukee 9 and the Pistons 8. And, you know, Dick, the Pistons like a controlled break and a good solid half-court game and bump you around. But as you pointed out, against Milwaukee, they're going to run it a little bit more because the Bucks absolutely love half-court basketball.
And I think that the team speed with Detroit is better than Milwaukee's, and to try to get some early offense in, try to play the same tempo that you played in the regular season. But you have a bunch of pros, like we mentioned, with the Milwaukee Bucks, and they have presence of mind enough to set up what they do best.
Early offense has been Mark Aguirre's job since he came to Detroit. He has 4 of the Pistons' early 8. Bill Lambier with the other 4.
Yep, Bill Lambier's points on low post low post move, something that he didn't perfect much until and use until the end of the season. But he's been a lot of switches lately where he's had guards defending him on the pick and roll, and he's been working extra hard on his low post moves. And tonight, it really looks like he's taking that part of his game very seriously.
Dick, what do you think about Chicago topping New York last night and Golden State coming back to topple Phoenix?
Well, I tell you, nothing is sacred anymore in the NBA. You used to figure you could get a win on your home court. With the 7-game series, if you lose one of your first 2, you have a little more time to get back into it, but there is also an urgency when you do give up one of your home court games. You play 82 during the regular season to earn that home court advantage, and then you give it up on one bad night, and it is disheartening sometimes.
Golden State certainly the surprise of the playoffs, taking Utah out 1-2-3 after the Jazz were the 2nd-seeded team in the West. So far tonight, Milwaukee 4 for 7. The Pistons are 4 out of 9. Chuck Daly hasn't gone to his bench yet, and neither is Del Harris.
Well, we've had more rest time than play time, so fatigue certainly isn't a factor.
Especially after an 8-day layoff.
I was a coach, I always was concerned about extra time off. You like it as far as, to get to relax a little bit and kick back a little bit. As an NBA player, you get into a rhythm of the 82 games, and you don't like to break anything that you're used to.
Roberts fooled Aguirre with a pump fake and got the Lambier foul. He has made the first free throw.
Well, here's a guy that's kicked around a little bit and has paid his dues and had a surprisingly good effort against Atlanta.
Boy, in Game 5, his 18 points may have been the reason that Milwaukee won it. He split the pair there. The Bucks have already missed 2 free throws tonight. They lead by a deuce, 10-8. 6:35 to play in the first. And as Dumars tries to spin inside, we're going to get a hand check on Sidney Moncrief.
When the Piston forwards cross on their plays on the baseline, it's an automatic switch with the Bucks, and it's going to continue, I'm sure, that way until they get burned special way.
Fresh 24 now. Bucks with 2 team fouls. Pistons 3. Mahorn from the baseline guns. No. Rebound Aguirre. Mark hooks it back outside to Isaiah. He'll try the long gun from the top, and it drops. Another near triple. But it's just a 2, and it's 10-10. We are now halfway through the first. 6 minutes to play in it. Humphries topside, comes fouling. Good bounce to Moncrief. Inside for Krystkowiak. Tries to power it up. He can't. Too many Pistons. It missed everything. Isaiah pulls it down, trying to break. The Bucks are back outside of Lambier. He will try 4-3. This one won't go. It's short. Off the iron, Krystkowiak.
Look to see the Bucks post the Piston guards a little bit.
Humphries off to Sigma against Mahorn. In the paint to Krystkowiak. He'll shoulder Lambier and then hit the jump hook. We'll let Tommy Nunes know what he thought about the shoulder. It is 12-10. That was a pro move. Here's Mahorn at the high post with his back to Sigma. He will turn and gun on Jack. It's going to be wide. And Lambier's tap is pulled by Roberts off for Humphries. Milwaukee playing patty cake. They slow it down.
To a walk.
Moncrief gets a screen from Sigma. Gives it back to Jack. His try for 3 is through. Very, very confident three-point shooter, Jack Sigma.
Like I said earlier, you get 2 centers that are three-point threats. It's not fair in the NBA. They're supposed to play with their back to the basket.
Milwaukee by 5. Isaiah off to Dumars from the wing over Moncrief. It's down. 15-12. 4 now and 35 to play in the first. Humphries against Isaiah. Mid post to Sigma. Jack will turn and fire baseline and fill it. That's Aguirre too short there.
The Jack Sigma move, the inside pivot, and he gets the ball way above his head, and he's been deadly with that thing since he started his career.
Bucks 17, Pistons 12, 4 and 12 to play in the first. Dumars wants to pick and roll with Lambier. The Bucks jump out and double. Aguirre gets it cross court, tries for 3. This one's through. It is a triple.
That time he looked down at the line and stepped back.
Pistons are within 2. It is 17-15.
That's the first pick and roll the Pistons have run, and the Bucks double teamed it.
Always a question how other teams will handle the Pistons pick and roll. Moncrief, air balls. Lambier to Isaiah to Dumars. There 3 on Humphries. It's Aguirre, the number 3 man. It's up and it's in. And we're tied at 17. Mark has 9 already. 3.5 now to play in the first. Humphries and Sikma screen and roll. Back out to Jack. Thought about the dribble from the top. Now he will try it over Isaiah. No. Wide. Tapped by Dumars. Picked up by Moncrief, though. He'll miss from the wing to Mahorn. Ricky nearly stepped out, and Tommy Nunez was watching the baseline. Did a little pirouette there. Stayed in. Dumars doubled. Hooks to Aguirre. Top side now to Isaiah. Down the lane. The run and gun. On the scoop, it doesn't go, but he is fouled. Timeout here. 2:49 to play in the first. Bucks 17, Pistons 17 at the Palace on the Pistons Playoff Basketball Network. Ricky Pierce will check in for Milwaukee. Pistons have out-rebounded Milwaukee 10-6 so far. Paul McKeskey also into the basketball game for the Bucks. Tall Paul with 11 points, all in the second half on Sunday against the Hawks, including a third-quarter ending triple.
He was very instrumental. A lot of the Bucks were in that series with Atlanta.
Isaiah at the line. Pistons 6-15 in the playoffs, or in regular season, I should say, without Isaiah. He split the pair there.
Trap.
(18-17) Pistons, 2:38 to play in the first. Humphries off to Ricky Pierce. It's going up, and it's in.
They
wide
said
of the lane.
In the press release, they said the eyes of assassin, and he looked like he was right on target again.
Milwaukee by 1, 19-18, 2:20 to play in the first. Dumars off the screen. McKeskey jumps at him. He got the feed from Isaiah. The shot is short, but there's a whistle and a Milwaukee foul. It's on McKeskey.
McKeskey is one of these guys that get fouls called on him when he goes down for his cereal in the morning.
Oh, yeah, he's had problems.
Elevators call fouls on him.
Joe Dumars at the line. McKeskey got him. The other big guy, Sikma, nailed Isaiah a moment ago. Joe D makes the first. We're 19-19. He missed the next. McKeskey pulls it away.
With the tempo like this, it's hard to get a big run on a team.
I'm sure that's how Milwaukee wants it, especially at the Palace. Dumars fell down inside trying to check Sikma. Jack's got him. He got the ball, takes it baseline, guns it goes.
That's the danger of switching automatically on that baseline screen. It ends with the guard against Jack Sikma.
21-19, Milwaukee up a deuce. Isaiah bouncing inside to Aguirre, over Roberts, off the glass, short. Tapped out to Humphries. Aguirre on the floor. It's 5-on-4 basketball. Aguirre slow to get up. Humphries top of the key. Great dish to Roberts. He laid it in. Aguirre